Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Databricks AI Assistant, and we will be specifically focusing on the notebook related task that way we can do with the Databricks Assistant. It comes up with these three modes like chat mode, edit mode, and agent mode. Chat mode is the oldest one. Edit mode, it was introduced in July 2025, and then recently we have got this agent mode which is released this month, which is the latest feature. We will be going through all these three one by one. In this video we will be talking all about the chat mode and the this assistant that we get within each cell, and then we will be talking about edit and agent mode in upcoming videos. So first, let's explore this AI assistant chat mode and this assistant within cell in more detail. Let's explore the features one by one. These are the different features we will be going over. The first and foremost thing we can do it is generate any new code. So whenever we want to write a code, there is no need to write the code from scratch. We can simply ask this that this is the code I want to write in this particular cell. It will just write it for us. So let's say it has written a sample how we can read a CSV file and just display. Likewise, we can start by writing any code that we want, and then we can modify the code accordingly. So we shall always start writing our code with this assistant. The next feature it is debugging the code. So let's say if we run any code and something goes wrong, then it can diagnose the error and it can suggest how we shall fix it. So if I click on this diagnose error, so it will automatically come to this right side, and it will explain like what it can do, and it is giving multiple options. Right now I randomly selected one. So what correction it has done is like it found that in the name gender there was a typing mistake which it has corrected. So this thing we can use it. So if we click this button, it will replace this code. Now the error will be fixed and we will be good to go. So that's how easy it is to debug any issue if we get any error. The next use case it is to modify the code that if we want to change anything. Let's say if we have written anything, if we want to add some more line of code for something, or if we want to edit the existing code based on our requirement, so we can do that. Let's say this is the additional thing I wanted to do. So what I will do is I will select it, and we can click this, or we can directly press Control I as well, which is the shortcut for it. We will give it the requirement, it will understand what to do, and then it will rewrite the code. So existing code it has not touched it, and based on my requirement it has filtered out the data now. So if I run it, it will show me the filtered data. So that's how easy it is to modify the code. Next feature, it is about finding the relevant documentation. Let's say if we are trying to do something and uh, we don't know like how to do any particular operation, so we can ask it to provide the detailed documentation. So this part it will be better if we use it in the right side so that we can understand the documentation better. So I'm asking it to provide documentation for converting string to date. So what it will do is it will explain it that this is the function which is available. This is an example code it has provided that we can try it out, and what arguments it is going to take. And for more detail, it is providing the link as well. We can go there and explore it in more detail. So we can simply use this code and just try it out the function it is providing. So that's how easily we found out how we can convert a string to a date. So this way we can find any new functionality or any operation that we want to do, how exactly we can do it. The next thing we can do is it is specific to the commands which are provided in these cells. So in the cell, if I click it, if I press this slash, it is providing multiple commands here. These we will discuss one by one what each command can do. So first let's try out the Prettify command. If I click this Prettify, so this is my SQL how it was previously, and this is how it has prettified it. It has restructured it. It has aligned it well. Now it looks really appealing. So this Prettify command, I recommend it to use in each and every cell that we write the code, so that it is very easy to look at the code and it looks very simple. The next command we are going to try out, it is the doc command. So if I go again, I try the doc command. What this will do is it will put the comments in our code. So this is the code we have written without any comments. And if we just press this command, so it will put appropriate comments in our entire cell. So we shall use this command to put any kind of comments that we want to put in our code. Easily, this is like how easy we can put the comments. We don't need to write the comments manually anymore. The next command, it is the optimize command. So let's give it a try. So if you have written any SQL code and if we use this optimize option, it is expected to optimize the code and rewrite it wherever possible. So currently here we see that it has provided a additional filter. Based on its understanding, it is trying to put a limit and it is removing one join as well and one column selection. So this optimize part, we shall use it carefully because it is rewriting our code. We need to double check whether it is providing the same output as we need, uh, or like this is doing something stupid. So this is AI, right? So it is trying to suggest something but may not be useful every time. So this time I'm going to reject it because I didn't find it useful, but depending on your code, you may or may not find it useful. The next command we are going to try out is the rename command. So this is the rename command. If I use it, what it will do is it will understand what exactly this cell is about, and then it is going to rename this heading. So this time we can see it did not work out really well. So that's the thing with AI. Let's give it another try. Let's see if it providing a good name or not. So yes, this time it is providing something more logical. So yes, we can use this command to find some good heading for our cell. And I recommend always to use these headings because these appear as the table of content section here. So as we can see, this heading previously was not there, now it has appeared. So it helps us to navigate throughout our code. So we shall always use these headings. So these are the operations which we can use within this assistant. And on the right side also we are getting this chat mode. And here as well we get many more commands. So let's try out some more. Uh, so this explain command, what it does is it explains the code which is written in the current cell. So if I put explain here, and just like that's the only thing, it automatically knows like which current I'm currently there. It will explain what is going on within that cell. So that's the purpose of this explain command. I'm going to stop it, create another thread. It is always good to create another thread whenever if you are doing a new operation which is not relevant to what is already there, so that it don't use that previous information. And this DLT command, it is something new. It is not there in the documentation as well, so it's not much useful as of now. Find tables. This is like finding the table inside our entire meta store. So let's say if I ask it to find transaction related tables, so it will look into our meta store and then it will try to find out if there are any tables related to this. So this is how it has found this table. If I click it, I can see like it can suggest select queries, it can describe the table, or we can query the table in natural language. So these are the further operation we can try out. Now let's try another command. So find queries, this can find the queries which are stored as SQL, which is similar to find tables. You can give it a try. Notebook edit, it is like it can edit our entire notebook in one go. This is like similar to the edit mode, which also provide the same thing. So we will use the edit mode instead of this one in the next video. Rename, it is similar to the cell rename, but if we use it here, what it will do is it will rename the entire notebook. What exactly this entire notebook is about, that's what it tries to do. And next one, optimize. It is about optimizing the code in the current cell. So this is similar to the optimize command we tried out here. Prettify, we already tried. It is the same thing. Migrate, I have not yet tried it, but it says like it can migrate the code to DB SQL dialect. Let's say if we have any SQL which is written in Oracle or in any other SQL format, it can convert it to the Databricks SQL format. And settings is something like we can update these settings of the notebook or the editor from here. By default, it will tell us like what all settings are available, which we can change directly from here without going to the options here in the file options, all those things. So all those things we can change from here itself. So if I want to try one of them, so let's say if in the settings I ask it to put the number of lines, let's say put line numbers. So that's the setting, it is there. One of the setting here, the 11th. So what it will do is it will put the line number into our code. So this time looks like some bug is there. It didn't put any line numbers. It is again telling me what it can do. Let's try it one more time. Oh, so looks like it was updating before I typed. It has updated. So it took some time, but yes, it has updated the line numbers here in the code, which was not there. So like that, we can look out what all settings are useful. We can change them from here itself using the natural language. Scratchpad, it just add a new cell in our code and it write the code based on our commands. So it is similar to like in a new cell asking it to write a new code. Add instruction, it is like instruction to this agent. We can give it any instruction which will be stored and then it will be used every time we ask it anything. So let's try something simple. Let's say, so let's say you say good morning in every response. It is something not so useful, but just to show the functionality. So it has created this file, and this file it is always stored in the current location, which is created automatically. So if I click this, it create the file here, and this is what it has currently stored here. So if next time I ask it anything, it will say good morning first. So let's say so yes, I think it is saying good morning. So it is saying there was some typo. I think I pressed the enter by mistake. So let's say now I'm asking it to read CSV file. So here we can see, right, it is following our instruction. This is just to show the functionality, but how we can use this instruction, it can be really useful for us. Let's say we can give it instruction like we are writing the code for let's say right for landing to bronze load, and then we can give it more detail, like I'm interested to parse the data in some particular way, this is the kind of data I'm processing. Or if you are a data scientist, you can write like I'm doing some exploratory feature extraction and all, so it knows the context, what is your role, and how best to serve you. If we set these instructions proper, then it can provide really meaningful results instead of providing some generic results to us. So that's how it can be useful. So yes, these are all the commands which it supports. And I hope you got pretty good idea now how exactly we can use this chat mode, what are all its capabilities and all. So in the next video, we will be discussing about edit mode. So stay tuned. The link you will find in the description. So thanks everyone.